Hey guys, it's Matt the Woodshed Barber, and for the new year, let's kick this off with a review of a new clipper that just dropped this past month, the TPOB XO. So guys, I am going to be real with you. This clipper is such a nice sequel. Now, it's the sequel, of course, to the TPOB X, which, you know, I had a lot of good things to say about that. There's some things that could be improved, and sure enough, all of them are addressed in this clipper. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, first off, let's just start talking about this, the presentation. Now, look, TPOB, TPOB, whatever you want to call them. Let's go TPOB. I think that's what he prefers. TPOB has always kind of crushed it when it comes to, you know, presentation. The cartoons, the slime drips. I mean, his products do literally have drip. I mean, come on. But with this new one, he's kind of stepping up his game. So now, as you guys have seen, I'm a big fan of the way Andis has done their presentation, you know, with the kind of the square boxes and not like, you know, big flat boxes. Well, TPOB is doing something kind of like that, but with his own twist. And just from the point of view of a clipper head like me, man, that's presentation right there. So as you guys can see, I did get the black one right there. Yes, it does come with a charging stand. Big ups on that. And so, but I just want to say, like, this is my favorite presentation I've ever received of a clipper, because whenever you open it up, and look, I'm not big on unboxings. I've already unboxed this thing and used it for several weeks now. Snug fit. Squats. Oh, there we go. Okay. Like I said, snug fit. But instead of the crinkly plastic, which I can't stand, you know, everybody praises Babyliss for their presentation. I can't stand the crinkly plastic. Nice, thick foam. And everything you needed was right there up top. No hidden boxes, hidden things. It's just, couldn't be happier with the presentation. But that aside, let's really get into this.
Pop the hood. 2JZ engine, no shit.
So I have two favorite motors right now. One of them is the Vector motor. I love the Vector motor. I know that TPOB's not the biggest fan of it. He had some trouble with his Goblins as far as like build quality, as far as the way that they came to him. And I know, you know, Stylecraft had the same thing. That's why he didn't continue them. But I do personally like that motor. I think it's the most powerful, strongest motor in the industry. But my second favorite motor, and this is for personal comfort reasons, is a brushless motor. And that's what the XO is. So it's a digital brushless motor with 7,200 RPMs. And the reason I like them so much is for one main reason. They are super quiet. Super quiet, nice, sustainable, just soft sound to them. But they're very powerful. I mean, 7,200 RPMs is kind of the industry standard right now. And on top of that, the kind of battery that this right here comes with, it comes with 4 hours of runtime. So 4 hours of runtime, a charging stand, and a 7,200 RPM digital brushless motor. That checks all my boxes for stuff I like. It cuts solid, plenty of power to go through anything. Has a very satisfying sound too. But so I would say power-wise, 10 out of 10. Yep. 10 out of 10. Now the blade that comes with this is the XO blade, which makes sense. It's funny because the XO blade came on the X Clipper, and now there's the XO blade coming on the XO Clipper. I will say it's not my favorite blade, but not because it's the XO blade because I've kind of gotten away from the whole Vapor, Fusion, that kind of blade lately. I've kind of went back to my old school taper blades and fade blades. I just have more utility out of them. I am a blade guy. I don't like having to use guards if I don't have to. And I always found myself reaching for that half guard or plastic one guard when before my taper blade would do what I needed it to do. So I have gotten away from that. But I will say the blade that comes on it is a good blade. It's a great blade. So that I'm going to take my current prejudice out of it and just judge the blade. As far as the Vapor blade type blade, it's nice. It's really nice. Has a super crunchy, crisp cutting sound. So let's throw caution to the wind here. I'm gonna hit a portion of my beard here, and you can actually hear the crunch. It's real satisfying. Don't screw this up, Jesus. You hear that? Super crispy sound. Love that sound. So, even though it's not my favorite blade, I'm going to go ahead and say I give it a 9 out of 10. It is not my personal favorite blade, but as far as this kind of blade goes, it's dynamic. The cutting blade that comes on it, it has a thicker, I've noticed a lot of these clipper companies go into these thinner moving blades, thinner cutting blades. And the thing is, they don't have to go as thin as they have gone. Stylecraft kind of started that trend and everybody else followed. I do think that they can be thinner and it be kind of the sweet spot, but they have gone with more of a babeless / wall type thickness here with this. And between that deep tooth cutting blade that's got a little bit of mass to it and this XO blade, it's a good pairing, a very good pairing. So I would say 9 out of 10 on the blade.
You're in dire need of an upgrade. Systemic, top to bottom.
So everything I did not like design-wise about the X has now been remedied with the XO. So I've got them here side by side. Now, the X has kind of a swooping curve to it through here. And that's fine. I mean, the X Ergo is one of my favorite clippers, so I'm not afraid of that banana feel. But it always just felt kind of thick in there. And I didn't dislike it, but I didn't like it as much. With this, it's more straight. It doesn't have as much of a curve to it. It's very subtle, the changes in it, but it's very satisfying in the hand.
That's what she said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
And you can see, I mean, they're really close to each other. Really close to each other. But the ribs here on the side give it a little bit more grip. They are slippery clippers, and that's fine. So you guys know I'm a rubber grip guy, so I did take off my rubber grip to put on this. And by the way, if you guys never got a hold of these, Andis used to make these really thin latex grips. Best ones in the business, by far. Design-wise, I love the switch in the front instead of on the side. I think that right there makes it more cohesive as you're holding it. The click, super satisfying. I mean, it's almost like one of those ADHD stem things that I've got going on here. It's very satisfying to work with. Anyway, design on this clipper I don't think can be any better. It's super badass. It's, I got the black on black. I appreciated the slime green X, but if I would have changed anything about that, I wish they would have had a black one that went with the X trimmer. But this thing is just, from head to tail, it's bad. It's a bad mamma jamma. So not only does it have the charging stand, which is fantastic, but bam, USB Type C. They have to do that from now on. They have to do that. So design wise, this thing is a 10 out of 10. They thought of everything. I mean, well, he thought of everything with what he wanted to put in this clipper. Great motor, great blade, Great design, great feel, great click lever, great, switch, good stand. The stand's nothing special, but it's got a stand, and USB Type-C charging. So design-wise, man, 10 out of 10.
They've done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
So performance-wise, fantastic. I cut a flat top with it once. That was a nice experience. It's real well balanced for for your overhand cutting. Worked really good with fades. Cut through bulk easy. This thing just does it all. It does it all, and it does it quietly. And so I used it with kids. It's not too big to where you can't get around kids' heads. It's shorter than the Saber. It's shorter than the Apex and the X Ergo. It's not, a compact clipper. It's not like the Instinct, but it's a super comfortable clipper to have in your hand, and it does all the jobs. So performance-wise, guys, I mean, it's kind of hard to beat. On top of that, it came with great premium guards. Now, I don't know why this is. Maybe it's just the way I'm wired. I've oftentimes had something that is exactly the same, but because I didn't like the color of it, it messed me up. So the X came with green premium guards, slime green premium guards, and I didn't think they were that great. But then I get this one and I use the black premium guards, and I think they're fantastic. So maybe that's just something weird wired in my head. I don't know. So it comes with 8 premium guards. So half, 1, 1.5, all the way up to a 6. So I mean, it's kind of hard to beat. Premium guards coming with a premium clipper for a premium price. Pretty nice price. So performance-wise, guys, couldn't be happier. So I've reviewed a lot of TPOB stuff by now, and me and him, we've chatted a little bit. Actually, whenever I first got this, I had a charging issue, and it was because some plastic was stuffed in the charger that I didn't see. He was quick to respond. Me and him had a little back and forth. It was perfect. But we don't know each other well. He has sent me 2 clippers free of charge. Now, this is just me being transparent with you guys. I got the X free of charge, and he sent me the XO free of charge. Now, whenever he does that, to his credit, he does not care what I say. Well, I mean, I'm sure if I dogged it, he'd probably be like, hey, dude, you dogged my clipper. What's up? But he knows that's a risk. I don't guarantee a good review. And so if anybody ever does send me anything, I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to like it or that I'm going to give a good review. I'm going to give an honest review. And if people do not want me to share my honest opinion, make better stuff. But this is a great example of a very good experience that I was actually going to go ahead and buy this anyway whenever he reached out. So worked out perfectly. But I gotta say, guys, I've reviewed a lot of his stuff, and my final thoughts on this clipper changes some of my final thoughts I had before. So I was actually about to make a video of the perfect budget trio of a power clipper, a finesse clipper, and a trimmer. Of course, throw any shaver in there that you want, but I was going to talk about those 3 things. And I was going to say, at first it was going to be the Phantom and the Troll. Then it was going to, and the Troll duo. It was going to be the Phantom, the Troll clipper, the Troll trimmer. Then it was going to be the Phantom, the Troll clipper, and the X trimmer. Then it was going to be the X clipper, the X trimmer, and the Phantom. I'm not going to say he's made the Phantom obsolete, because he hasn't. But this thing does power and finesse very well. I mean, it's got the it's like taking Steph Curry and Shaq and just making one player. It's got the power, it's got the finesse, and I mean, I dare say you put some kind of trimmer blade on it, it'd probably crush it at that too. Final thoughts on this clipper is, if you're a little annoyed by the high prices in the clipper game right now, the $260 new flagship from, what company I'm talking about, just because the battery comes out. If you're concerned about stuff like that, but you want a premium tool, Adam said before that the TPOB X was the FX killer. And in my video, I also said, I was like, I don't think it's the FX killer, but it is competition. This, if you're not into that whole, blowing your day's tips and earnings on a tool kind of guy, and you want a very solid tool that you can put a lot of confidence behind, the XO might be your answer. Now, comes in options, not many, but options. Me, I'm all about the all black. It does come in slime green. You guys have seen what I thought. See, once again, I'm over here clicking on this thing. Sorry for my audio files out there. But, if that's your thing, go with the slime green. But regardless of what you choose to do, this is a very solid tool. So, my final thoughts, it's a winner. This is a 10 out of 10 clipper. And for the fact that it's like, I think $125, come on, man. You're not going to beat that. Not for this level of tool. This is better than any of the other brands in this price range. Brother, you made another winner. So guys, I just wanted to say Happy New Year. I am so thankful for this past year. We have crossed that threshold into I think close to 770 subscribers now. I'm blown away. This has been a fun year, and I'm getting more and more comfortable with the camera. That's a learning curve all by itself. But going to be bringing some more content your way, some new things. I'm so excited about this upcoming year, and I hope that we can grow this even more and see where we can take it. So guys, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Please click that like button, subscribe, comment down below, share this video. Look, you do not need all the clippers and trimmers I've got, but I enjoy doing this because I'm a clipper fanatic. I've always been that way since I've been in the business. And so now I just get to have fun sharing what I think and what I know. But guys, I appreciate you watching. Keep it kind, keep it humble, and as always, I'll check you on the next one.